Hey, Adam. Hey, Rick. Rick, I need to build you one of these fusions. Although you said you want to cut down on your HO expenditures, so. Yeah, I got a bunch of parts in today, so I'm gonna build another fusion to add to my. I already have two spec racer fusions. I have a ceramic super stock, and I'm gonna build another ceramic super stock fusion just so I have two. So that's what I'm gonna do. Yet another chassis build. Oh, cool, Rick. I'm glad you found those. Yeah, these are the ones I was working on the other day. I think they came out pretty good. They all fit pretty good. I got them pinned and trimmed. I think this was the first one I started on. So, yeah. Considering I got them for free, I figured, what the heck? If I mess them up, I'll just toss them. All right, let's make some room here. Hey, Mark. Yeah, I like this one too. They're all nice. Hey, Tommy. All right, so I did a little bit of, hopefully you guys can see this okay. I don't know, is this camera angle good? I'll try not to get my hands in the way too much. I did a little bit of prep work. I already put the pin in. Again, on these fusions, the pin location, it's recommended to go one space shy of seating it all the way in. Seems to be what everybody has settled on. So, like, kind of puts the pin in line with the front axle, I guess. On Vipers, they seat them all the way in. Yeah, I think, hey, Scott, hope you don't mind. I'm doing a little pre-show, getting everybody ready for your show. I know you're not going to be building any fusions, so I won't be stealing your thunder. So this armature is a hot stock armature that I actually got from Wizzard. So this is their 5.8 ohm balanced arm. I've already spaced it. I ended up putting one Teflon spacer and a 5,000 spacer on the top, two 20,000s and a 5,000, so like 45 on the bottom, to kind of get this thing spaced the way I want it. Yeah, Mike, Jay's prices are decent. I mean, I look at other bodies that I really like, and some guys want $30, $35 for one, and I'm like, yeah, that's. I mean, I appreciate the work, obviously, after doing this myself and seeing how much is involved in doing these bodies, but it's kind of hard to pay $35 or more for a Lexan body that I'm just going to smash. So, that's almost the cost of That is the cost of other slot cars. So these are the these are the ceramic magnets we're going to be using. Let me get the motor magnets out first. Hopefully these things are marked. There should be it. Yeah, so there's a little white mark here. Get my endbell. And this endbell already comes tweaked. This has advanced timing. You see how the brushes are not lined up. They're kind of off center from each other. I think it's supposed to be like a 20-degree advanced timing. And these are already tweaked, so when you push down, the brush goes down pretty low. Same thing if you push up. So Wizzard already tweaks them pretty good for you. There really isn't too much you have to do to them. I double check it, but yeah, I mean, I don't know, maybe there is, but this little Dremel tool works pretty good. Like, you know, I could probably clean this up a little bit better. But for what I'm doing, it works. All right, let's get this. And again, another thing I like about I've said it before, I like how easy it is to build a Wizzard with the endbell. They do make the hood type system, which has a lot more parts, but I mean the brush hangers are built into this endbell. There's nothing to eat, you know, even like on a Viper, you got to pop the brush hangers. I mean the pickup shoe hangers in, and worry about clearing the tabs of the endbell with the pickup shoe hangers. You don't have to worry about any of that with this setup that Fusion that Wizzard has. Again, I'm gonna open this up. I'm gonna try not to open it up too far because I don't want to throw off my alignment in there. This looks pretty good. I got this again spaced the way I want it. Scott, you should be getting that Viper I sent you tomorrow based on the tracking. I looked up the tracking number. I'm going to check something real quick here. Got my little magnet meter here. Curious to see what the strength of these magnets are. Coming in at like a 34 on that side. I've got this side 33. So I'm going to put the stronger side down, which kind of works out because I usually put the white mark on top. And hopefully this other one is also around 34. That one, yeah, 33.9 that way. 33 that way. 33.8. I'm going to put it on this way. Be a pretty good match. And these magnets lock right into the end bell there. And then you just kind of, you got the two tabs, one on either side, that line up with those tab openings there. That's all there really is to it. And make sure that the brushes go in. I'm sorry, that the magnets kind of go in where they're supposed to, and that the rear bushing goes in its slot. And you just push it down. Just like that. Just look at this under the light real quick here. It's a little more spaced than I would like. I think I'm going to actually put the 10,000s back on. So I'm going to pop this off real quick, change something out. I had it with 220s and a 10, and I thought it was too tight, but I'm going to put the 10 back on and take the 5 off. Put those 220s back. Let me put this 5 back in my little holder here. These little tubes that the parts come in are good for labeling what size they are. So I got my 10s. Oh, my car arrived today or someone else's? Oh yeah, I've never had any problems with the endbell plastic having any issues from heat. If you space your motor out good and it's moving freely, it doesn't get too hot. Gets up over 100 degrees obviously, but oh cool, I'm glad that came. Yeah, on both Vipers or Fusions, I've never had any issues with heat. I mean, like I said, if you run your car too low and put a lot of resistance on it, maybe you can cause issues. I know it's not good for the brushes if you're getting too hot in there, but I run my cars pretty darn low, but not that low that they're dragging so bad that the car is overheating. I know some guys who do race that way and they have burned out armatures. All right, let's see how this looks now. That's better. I like that spacing better. And that's it. Motor's in. Got about 5,000 space there. Feels pretty smooth. Get a little bit of oil. Put a little dab of oil in here. Okay, feels pretty good. Let's test out these ceramic traction magnets and see if one side's any stronger than the other. So this is pulling a 48.4 on this side. 49, so I'm going to put that side down. And I'm going to put it in high downforce mode, so the side that sticks to the motor magnet, put that side facing down. Let's see this other magnet. This is 47. 46. 47. I'm going to put this side down. All right, so let's put the traction magnets in. They are in. Similar type of clip like a Viper. You got a clip that holds the magnets in as well as the rear bushing, and you just basically pop that on till it seats right. There's it sits in this little slot along the side of the magnet, so it doesn't wrap all the way over like the Vipers do. All right, looks pretty good. All right, we need some pickup shoes and pickup shoe springs. Someone always have to call me when I'm doing a live stream. I'm going to use a 9009 spring, a little bit tighter spring. Actually, you know what? On the ceramic car, I think I'm going to go with an 8 a little bit. Let's see how this runs with an 8. I haven't really played around too much with spring tension on these Fusions, but I bought a bunch of parts. I bought 2 different spring tensions. Since the ceramic magnets are not as strong as the Palmer ones, I'm going to put a 8 in. See how it feels. And we need some pickup shoes, would be nice. Most of these should be new. That one looks good. And that one looks good. Oh yeah, I guess I should put the front end in. I got this aluminum front end from Wizzard. I'm going to use that. And this comes with 320 tires, pretty low, and I believe this goes in the, yeah, I use the middle. These Fusions have 3 different holes in them, and put that in the middle. I've already got the little retainer in there. See if I can get this. Okay, spins pretty good. I could probably get away with a little spacer in between the, let's see how that goes. I don't want there to be too, oh yeah, that just got pretty tight actually. I pushed it on too tightly. All right, that's good. Put these tires on. These tires do fit pretty tightly in the on the hub. You got to kind of work it in to get it nice and flat. Otherwise, the flat surface has like a little angle to it. Till you really push it in and seat it. Make sure it looks really flat on front. See, like that looks good like that. See when you first put it on, I don't know if that'll show up, but you can see it's kind of like an angle. And you can see it's like bowed out on the front. So you got to just kind of use your nail, and I use my thumbnail and just go around, push this in. That looks good. And I built this silly sponge rear end. This is a 7/22 tooth that I used on this. This might be too low though, so we'll have to see. Feels pretty good. All right. Yeah, I do that as well, Mike. It's a good point. I roll it along on the edge of the table to get the tire to go flat as well. Oh, you know what I also need is my rear axle pins. What's nice about these Fusions is they already come drilled out. They don't give you the pins, but they at least, their pins fit right in these holes, and it's good to go. Easier than the Viper, which I have to drill out myself. Viper gives you a little guide hole on their back of their chassis. But these Fusions just go right in perfectly straight every time. I have to appreciate that. All right, let me try and put these pickup shoes on. These are a little bit tricky to get on because you got to kind of hold it so it doesn't come off where it's locked in on the end, but you got to give it a little bit of a tap to get past the holder, and then you got to kind of push it back and it snaps into place. See, that's not in right. See, that's sticking. Gonna have to work on that. There it goes. That's good now. Some smaller fingers, Robert. Good to see you, Robert. Haven't heard from you in a while. So these Fusions have like a little tab, a little nub in there that the spring goes on. Kind of keeps it in position. These springs are kind of shaped like a cone. I put the smaller circle down and I put the wider circle facing the bottom of the pickup shoe. But to be honest with you, I'm not sure if I ever read how or if there's a particular way to do it, but that kind of made sense to me, so that's how I've been doing it. See, if you don't get it to stay in, the other end pops out. I don't know, I might switch these springs to the 9s. I like the stiffer spring. But sometimes these springs kind of stick. I have to really kind of tweak the hanger a little bit. Yeah, I might have to straighten. Actually, that hanger looks a little crooked. I might have to straighten that out because I think it seems okay now. Nope, it got stuck again. Well, there she is, folks. Another Wizzard Fusion ceramic super stock. Now I just have to figure out which body I want to use on it. USA, American flag. This might look cool with the yellow tires with this orange body. I have a few other different bodies I could try as well. Oh yeah. She's running pretty strong, but I want to break this in a little bit, so I'm going to actually take this axle out, run it in the break-in mode for a little while. right, Robert. You can keep a low profile. So these are the bodies that I've been using on my other fusions. This one with the flames. These are my primary cars. Although the one I just built, we'll see how that goes. Maybe it'll take over the top spot from this super stock, but this car runs pretty good. This is my primary spec racer, level 4 Palmer magnet car. This is my backup. This was the very first Fusion I ever got. I didn't build this one. This was built by Steven from Rooster Racing. Did a nice job on that. There you go. Oh, this one with the yellow, kind of the yellowish green flames. I think I have another body like that with yellow flames. Let me look. This might look pretty cool. This one's more yellow and pinkish. So, you know, same, very similar to this, just with the yellow tires. I think that looks pretty cool. Though I'm not sure I'm going to leave these. This is pretty low. These are 420s. Yeah, who doesn't like some flames, right? I'm going to clean up a little bit here. I was advised from several other builders to do it without the load. So I'm kind of taking their advice. They're a little more experienced than me, but these Fusion endbells already come curved. You know, they have the curve already. They're kind of broken in somewhat for you. I think breaking in the end bell on the Viper is a little more important than it is on these Fusions. I don't, Rick. I don't take the time to lap my gears. That's just too much work. But I gotta say, all these Fusions have a really pretty smooth. All the ones I've ever built, they got a pretty good smooth gear mesh. Like this feels smoother than my Viper setups. I mean, I have some Vipers that are pretty smooth too, but though this rear end, I might have to tweak this. It feels a little bit tight. But see how hot the car gets. I think that looks pretty good with that body. Oh yeah, baby. Looking and sounding pretty strong at a 415. Although I don't know if you guys could hear that or not. I guess importantly, let's take it for a few laps and see how it runs. Like I said, these tires might be a little low. I might have to take the tires off of these are, I think these are 422s. These are 420s. These might even be 424s. I don't know. We'll see how it runs compared to my other super stock, and we'll maybe swap the rear end out if one runs if my original run runs better. I don't, Roski, but I've seen that. I actually tried to get it, I think from Wizzard, but it was sold out. Does Viper sell that? The thing that you run through and it kind of pre-breaks in the brushes? I know what you're talking about. See if I can get a decent enough angle here. That'll just have to be good enough. I'm going to run my original car first. This is one that I built earlier. Oh. So I just hit a 258. That's pretty good. 2.5 seconds with a 6 ohm armature. Happy with those numbers. Let's see how this new car goes. Yeah, it feels too low, I can tell already. These 420 tires are dragging. I'm gonna swap these out. Alright, I put the rear end from my other car in. Oh yeah, much better. Whoa. Two seven. It's not handling quite as good as my other car either. I might have to play with the front tires on this car. Break it in a little bit more too. But it's a pretty good runner. Oh, and we're into the chips. 2.7. Whoa. 2.7. It's pretty cool. It's a little warm, but not too bad. I'm gonna put my glasses. I'm going to try yet a different rear end in this car. Run it with the American flag, Stars and Stripes body. Yeah, it keeps coming off over here. Guess I gotta slow down a little bit over there. Two 6.8, getting close. Go back to my original car. Yeah, this car's still the king. This car is just so smooth, it tracks real well, it handles. I'm consistently doing low 2.6s with this car. So I'll have to tweak the new one that I just built a little bit, see if we can make some improvements on it. Hey, Mayor. Sounds like a Pink Lane reference. I'm gonna move back over to the workbench here. So this is the car that I just built. Originally I had these 420s, and this is actually a 23 tooth crown gear. I don't really like that combo. These are 422s with a 22 tooth crown gear. This was better. This is my original super stock. This is the rear end that came from Wizzard, actually, these tires. You need part numbers for these tires. There are no part numbers. I built it myself. Oh, well, you wouldn't use these tires on a V-spec. You mean like for a Viper? Yeah, I'll when you're here, I'll recommend what I think you should get for the Viper on your track. We could talk about a couple of things. On my track, on a routed track, I found that these 260 rather than 250, these 260 RPM hubs with the purple RPM tires on a spec racer with the max traction Pro 4 kicks butt. This car handles almost as well as my Fusions, so I'm giving away my secret, but I really like that rear end set. If you're racing in a club and you're racing Vipers, try a 260 hub with these purple RPM tires. And I think I'm running 335 or 340 on the front. I'll see you on your show in a couple of minutes, Scott. I'm getting ready to get off here so I can watch your show. So yeah, that's something that I recommend on the Viper. Though I wouldn't recommend using this on a plastic track. This would probably be too low. 438 on a 250 hub for a plastic track is a good number, and like a 350, you can maybe go down to 345. Depends on your track and your rails, but that's all part of the fun, is playing around with all the different size tires and seeing what works best for your track. And you know, like when I go race at other people's tracks that I've never raced on before, That's why I bring like 3 or 4 different sizes of everything so I could experiment with the front and rear heights of the car. It's all part of the fun. At least for me. Some people, they don't like it. Thanks, Rick. Do I need your address, Adam, for to send you what, the car that I just built? Practicing for Sorry, I'm just catching up on some of these comments. I missed them. I hope not, Rick. I'm going to take some Dramamine and get myself prepared for my cruise that's coming up on Friday. First time cruiser here, doing a 4-day Friday to Monday cruise out of Fort Lauderdale to the Bahamas. So, thanks, Tommy. All right, I'm gonna sign off here and clean up my stuff and get ready to relax and watch Scott's show. So I'll chat with you guys over at on Scott's channel. Oh, I forgot that Dan's on tonight. There's too many of us going on now. All right, everybody, have a good night. I'll chat with you in a bit. Catch you over at Scott's channel. Thanks. Thanks, Bill. I'll have to look into that. Don't drink the water. I won't. All right, guys, I'm signing off. Later.